Shalom, call hello, Yahweh Shem Yahushai, Bahashim Akakwadash. Double honors to the elder apostles and elder bishops of GMS, even the elders again before them that taught us his truth. Shalom and salutations to all the brothers of pushing the word and truth and its sincerity, the hopeful elect tabernacle of David, to the Hakwat that are listening to learn and being a pillar of rest. 144,000, the one-third, the hopeful elect of Israel. The brother Yahshua, shalom and salutations to you, boy. It's all falling apart. I typed this in. It's all falling apart, right? And then I looked through. Let me do it like this. Okay. So I typed this in, and I'm like, okay, and it's pretty ambiguous, right? So you're going to get a wide swath of time, 3 years, 2 days. That one, I saw that. I'm like, oh, that's the most recent. So I'm looking for the most recent. And I'm not looking for some guy doing scales. All right. 13 years, right? 2 months, 5 years. So it's everywhere. I saw 2 days. That was the closest. 3 weeks, 1 year. And then I came upon one that was a day ago. 2 years, 3 years. Man's 1 day ago. It looked like a rabbi. Soul words, Rabbi Shai. Tuwab. Taub. What do you do when everything seems to be falling apart? A little short, 36-second one. So we'll look at that. But first, because I took a peek at it, it was actually, was on time. But for what? So let's start here at 2nd Ezra 6. Here's what I got out of it. Right away, we'll watch it right after that. Start at 6. 2nd Ezra 6 and 6. Then did I consider these things, and they were all made through me alone, and through none other. By me also shall they be ended, and by none other. This is the discussion between the angel, right, that was with Ezra's at the time, representing the Most High, and he said unto me, Salaki. Then I answered, Salaki. Then answered I and said, what shall be the parting asunder of the times, or when shall be the end of the first or the beginning of the following? Now, what we're talking about here is kingdoms, right? The kingdom that we're in right now, and the kingdom that's coming, known as the kingdom of heaven. That's what's being discussed here. Rulerships, okay? And he said unto me, from Abraham unto Isaac with Jacob and Esau were born of him. Jacob's hand held first the heel of Esau. For Esau is here's the point. For Esau is the end of the world, the rulership that we're in now. And Jacob is the beginning of it that followeth. Okay, so what must happen for Esau's world to end and for Jacob's world to begin? Well, it's symbolic. Jacob's hand is pulling Esau's heel down. What does that mean? That means that there's a big ass war going on. Same fight going back to Genesis. Okay? It's the same fight. Okay? Who is Yahushua coming back to destroy specifically, pursuant to Isaiah, the 63rd chapter? Esau. So it goes back to this age-old fight here, right? Genesis 25. All right? You gonna get that? Salaki. Bear with me here. And the children, right here, Genesis 25 and 22, and the children struggled together within her. So this struggle here is the same fight that we're seeing today, right? And she said, if it be so, why am I thus? And she went to inquire of the Lord. And the Lord said unto her, 2 nations are in their womb, and 2 manner of people shall be separate from thy bowels. And the one people shall be stronger than the other people, and the elder shall serve the younger. And when her days to be delivered were fulfilled, behold, there were twins in her womb. And the first came out red all over like a hairy garment. They called his name Esau. That's what I wanted to get to. All right? So there's the culprit. Esau. That's what this fight is about. The end of Esau's world. Okay? Quickly, we're going to go to Isaiah. What tribe was Yahushua from? Isaiah 63. Yahushua is from the tribe of Judah. Okay? Jacob and Esau. Going back to Jacob and Esau. All right? Isaiah 63 and 1. Who is this that cometh from Edom with dyed garments from Basra? This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in righteousness, mighty to save. Yahushua. Okay, from the tribe of Judah. Going back to Jacob and Esau. Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel, and thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat? I've trodden the wine press alone, and of the people there was none with me, for I will tread them in mine anger. Tread who? Them Edomites. And trample them in my fury, and their blood. Whose blood? Them Edomites. Shall be sprinkled upon my garments, and I will stain all my raiment. For the day of vengeance is in my heart, and the year of my redeemed is come. So what is this about? This is about the ancient battle between good and evil, or Jacob and Esau, Cain and Abel. Okay, so it ain't going nowhere. So when we get here, Salakia, it's all falling apart. What has to happen for us to get to the kingdom? Everything has to fall apart. It's supposed to fall apart. Got to go through a war to get the kingdom. To translate the kingdom from one people to another, there's got to be a war. That's what the falling apart is. Now, he's not going to discuss the war. He's going to discuss the reason for the falling apart. Okay? He's going to make it make sense. Not him, but the words are going to make sense. Take it away, Rabbi.
What do you do when you feel like everything is falling apart? You should think about the seed. The seed's destiny is to become a tree, which grows many, many fruits with many, many more seeds. In fact, there are an infinite amount of seeds in every seed because every seed has the ability to have many generations that grow from it. Somebody once said, anyone can count the seeds in an apple, but only God can count the apples in a seed. There's infinite potential in that seed. The problem is the only way to unleash that infinite potential that's in that seed is to take that perfectly good seed and bury it in the dirt where it decomposes and rots and falls apart. So to become everything that you were destined to become, to reveal your infinite potential, means sometimes letting go of everything you've been so far, watching it fall apart like the seed that becomes the tree and reveals its infinite potential after falling apart. What do you do when you feel like everything is falling apart?
You keep saying infinite. Everything must fall apart to get to the infinite. To get to the what? To the immortality. Okay? The falling apart part is Jacob's trouble. Let's get that. Let's get the name of it. Let's get the name. Everything is falling apart. Yep. Right on cue. Jeremiah 30 and 7. Alas, for that day is great, so that none is like it. It is even the time of Jacob's trouble. So the time that we're in right now has a name. But he shall be saved out of it. Okay? Daniel 12 and 1. And at that time, what time? The time that we're in right now, shall Michael stand up. Has that happened? Well, actually, yeah. Okay? The great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. Let me ask you this question. Have they started unaliving people at Guantanamo yet? Okay? Because back in what they called Nazi Germany, right? How long were they unaliving people before they found out that that's what they were doing at the concentration camps? How long were they doing it before? Oh, guess what? They're over there gassing people. How long were they, how long did that campaign go on unnoticed? So what the hell do you think is going on right now? Didn't some people come and get grabbed up and taken away? Oh, you can't come back here? Well, we got somewhere to take them. a state-of-the-art place fitted for torture, fitted for extermination, fitted for military tribunals that have nothing to do with the jurisdiction of maritime admiralty, pursuant to what's going on over here on the land mass of what they call North America. I don't want to get into it anyway. Yes, it's going down right now, whether you understand that. Has Michael stood up? What does it mean? Michael and the angels. Is Michael with the angels? Of course he is. Right? Pursuant to Revelation 12 and 7. Right? Let's get it. Is Michael alone when he's standing up? The war in heaven, Revelation 12 and 7. And there was war in heaven. Michael and his angels fought against the dragon. Is that going on right now? Damn right it is. At that time, what time? Jacob's trouble. Shall Michael stand up? Are they loading up the northern kingdom right now? Taking them to God knows where? People need body parts. People need uh, uh, there's a great need for blood. There's a great need for children. There's a great need for uh, the same shit that been going on, going all the way back into antiquity, right? And when nobody's looking and you can serve them up right in front of everybody's face, and nobody seems to understand what the hell is going on, guess what? I can connect the dots, right? Anyway, has Michael stood up? What does it mean, Michael and the angels standing up? The war in heaven. Has the war in heaven started? Are they explaining it away by saying, oh, this is a drone and this is a UAP and this is a glowing gas ball or what are they calling it? Whatever. Fucking, they got all sorts of different names. Which one is the chariot of Israel, right? And they're shooting each other down. You tell me that the war in heaven hasn't started. If you understand what the war in heaven is. It says Michael and his angels. Is that going on? Has it been going on? What happened to the space shuttle Challenger? Hmm? And the dragon fought and his angels. Anyway, back here, and at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince which standeth for the children of thy people. And there shall be a time of trouble such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. You understand? What are they doing grabbing up all those people? After they paid them to come over here, they lured them over here with some money, right? What's really going on? And at that time, thy people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book, the elect. All right, so it's all saying the same thing. Let's get one more. It's Matthew 24, 21, I believe. For then shall be great tribulation, great trouble, Jacob's trouble, such as was not since the beginning of the world to this time, no, nor ever shall be. Okay? Jacob's trouble, the time that's coming. What does that mean? Right? What's going on over here? Oops. What's going on? What's this? Okay, we got that. Let's I forgot what I was gonna do. How close are we, right? How close are we to Civil War? How close are we to the race war? How close are we to World War III? Okay, everything is falling, and with every day that passes, right, things are going faster. This is Matthew 24 and 22 will end on this. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. Okay, so the point being made here is everything is falling apart. Okay, look at what Doge and Trump are doing. All right, well, they're destroying everything for whatever reason they are, right? Believing that that's the way to build it back up or whatever. They're destroying it. Their shit's falling apart. People are panicking, right? But the point is this: it has to. So what do? Well, you get your surfboard out, because here come the break, them sets. You got to get out there, right? You got to get out there. Here come the sets, them big waves, them crushers, all right, bone crushers.
I am City.
No, you're not.
What do you do when you feel like everything is falling apart? You should think about the seed. The seed's destiny is to become a tree, which grows many, many fruits with many, many more seeds. In fact, there are an infinite amount of seeds in every seed because every seed has the ability to have many
He's talking about Jake, right?
generations that grow from it. Somebody once said, anyone can count the seeds in an apple, but only God can count the apples in a seed.
Now we're talking about the Most High.
There's infinite potential in
Infinite. Who's that? The elect of Israel. See that? Now, getting to the kingdom, right? Infinite goes to immortal, right? Goes to the kingdom. It goes to the elect. Goes to how close are we to the kingdom? Because this kingdom has to go down first before we get to the immortality.
See, the problem is the only way to unleash that infinite potential
is to get to the kingdom, is to go through this war.
Seed is to take that perfectly good seed and bury it in the dirt where it decomposes.
After all is said and done and the fire is done, everything's destroyed. When Babylon the Great is destroyed,
and falls apart. So to become everything that you were destined to become, to reveal your infinite potential, means sometimes letting go of everything you've been so far, watching it fall apart, like the seed that becomes the tree and reveals its infinite potential after falling apart. What do you do when
after falling apart, after the war? Okay, so let's get that. Let's go right here. Let's sum it all up right here. Woo! Revelation 11 and 11. And after 3 days and a half, the Spirit of life from the Most High entered into them, and they stood upon their feet, and great fear fell upon them, which saw them, and they heard a great voice from heaven saying, yeah, I skipped that whole part. I got right to here. And they heard a voice from heaven saying unto them, come up hither. And they ascended up to heaven in a cloud, and their enemies beheld them. Right? That's where we get the hell up out of there. Now, as we're ascending up, we're turning into immortals. So that's where we want to get to. Okay? And in the same hour was there a great earthquake. That great earthquake is the end, right? That's Esau's world coming to a complete end, right? Which we've already started. That end has already started, called Jacob's trouble. This is the complete end, that same hour. And the 10th part of the city fell. All of Babylon the Great was destroyed. And in the earthquake were slain of men, 7 to everybody that didn't ascend, up and turn into an immortal, guess what? Everybody in Babylon the Great, all of you died. That's what that's saying. In the earthquake were slain of men, 7, that's all it said. And everybody was huffing and puffing, glad, slapping 5, happy that they made it. All right. So anyway, got to go through the war. Got to go through the bad to get to the good. All right. So anyway, through the Spirit, that just kind of popped up. So did a little riff on it. Lord willing, you were edified. Get ready to go through. One more. 1 Peter 4. 1 Peter 4:7. We always do 1 Peter 4:7. 1 Peter 4:7. But the end of all things is at hand. Be ye therefore sober and watch unto prayer. All right, shalom.